we've all learned an awful lot. I think we've brought the understanding of everybody in the country to a new level, a more sophisticated way of working together, and that has now become, I think, ingrained in how we work together. And we're, if you like, we're now mainstreaming partnership right throughout the economy and all the things that we do. And therefore, I think if the formal process were to end or were to change, the progress we have made would be sustained, would continue. Because what we're not going to do is go back to the old-fashioned way of 20 years ago, when we didn't work together, when we were pulling against each other, when, if you like, sectional interests in the country, employers, trade unions, farmers, were more concerned in those days about maximising their own particular impact.
노조에서도 파트너십을 통해 거시적 안목을 배웠다고 한다.
Some of our members don't think we should be on the National Competitiveness Council, and we shouldn't be bothered with competitiveness, that's a waste of time, that's for employers. But we argue within ourselves, and we decide it can be quite useful. We can learn what worries employers, and we can actually, it gets us in there to see what are the real.
함께 협력하면 파이를 키울 수 있다는 점을 배운 것이다.
We are a young nation. We're a young economy. And we have gone through very similar stages of development that any other developing economy has gone through. And you start off, inexperienced at the beginning of your economic development, and parties are struggling to maximise their share of the cake, and because they're not experienced or sophisticated, they tend to be in conflict a lot. And it's only over time that they begin to realise that they can make the cake bigger, and each can get a larger share of the cake by working together. And we learned that.
사회 파트너십이 출범하면서 아일랜드 정부의 역할이 과거와는 달라졌다.
One of the things that we've discovered here is that the role of government has changed. That the traditional role of government was to identify what required to be done, all by themselves. Allocate resources and then direct government departments and the public service to do the business. Okay, that's really not what the Irish government has been doing since we invented our own brand of social partnership. What they are doing instead is they are sharing some of their authority with the social partners. They're saying, if you come in and help us identify and solve the problems, then we in turn will play ball with you. We will share with you some of our authority, and we will make available to you the kinds of things that you need to do the things we're asking you to do.
사회 파트너십은 기존의 정당 정치에 의존하지 않는 새로운 형태의 시스템이다.
What social partnership has done is it has taken economic policy away from the parliament. So politics are less important in social partnership. Party politics are less important in social partnership. That once the government has been elected, it is the government negotiates in social partnership and not the parliament.
그런데 아일랜드의 사회 파트너십은 법적인 기반이 없다.
One of the aspects of our system that sometimes puzzles observers from abroad, there is no legal basis for these agreements. There is a legal basis for the work of the NESC. It's a public body established under law, but the actual agreements and so on have no legal status. So there is, if you like, a moral obligation on the parties to the agreement to behave as they have undertaken to do, and that includes the government.
국가의 중요한 결정이 법률이 아니라 합의로 결정된다. 이것은 상대방을 신뢰하기 때문에 가능한 일이다.
There is a bedrock of trust that is necessary for societies to function. And in our experience, I think, why social partnership is important is because it translates that trust into a form of activity, a form of institutional engagement that builds social capital.
한 국가가 발전하려면 신뢰를 통한 사회 파트너십이 필요하다. 그리고 사회 파트너십이 곧 공동의 목표를 향해 협력하는 능력인 사회적 자본인 것이다.
사회적 자본이라는 것은 결국 공동체 의식에서 출발한다고 봐야 합니다. 한 국가의 문제를 국민 모두가 공동의 문제로 인식하고 함께 해결하려는 자세가 강할수록 사회적 자본이 축적된 사회라고 할 수 있을 것입니다. 오늘날 우리 사회에서도 각 집단들이 서로를 경쟁 상대가 아니라 공동의 문제를 해결해 나가는 파트너로 생각한다면 새로운 한국형 파트너십 모델이 만들어질 수 있을 것입니다.